Hi, welcome to Shandilya Astrology. I'm Subrata and welcome to Practical Astrology for All. Today's video is very interesting and I have been doing research on this topic, especially for quite some time. The video is all about Donald Trump's win in 2020 November elections, presidential elections that's going to happen in US. So probably this is one of a kind video where astrological analysis is being done. So before we start, a little disclaimer. This video is absolutely non-political and pure astrological analysis. Okay, I'm not talking in favor of anybody or any party, political party, right? So let's go to the PPT that we have and try to understand what's happening and what's going to happen. All right, so here we go. Okay, the topic covered in this video is all for astrology and astrology for all. This is the only channel where you get pure, perfect scientific astrological analysis and the planetary movements and their effect on us. This video is all about trying to understand how the planet affects us through the medium of an interesting topic. And the topic today is, will Donald Trump win 2020 November elections? It's going to happen on 3rd of November, that is Tuesday, and probably the first time an astrologer is taking this kind of risk. And stand by it. Most of the astrologers don't talk about political election videos like this because they have their reputation online. So I have, but I believe in what I'm saying, and even if I may go wrong, it's okay, it's all right. Okay, so let's see what we are going to cover in this topic, okay, in this video. So understanding his natal chart, which is very important, very important, trying to understand the highlights, his controlling planets, the planets that makes him a winner. All right, in 2016 also he won, so we're going to understand what makes him a winner and what are the important planets and the negative and positive part. The planets position on 3rd of November. All right, very important to understand the transits or the planetary position on the particular day when the election is going to happen, and the positive and negative areas, and finally my final verdict, how it's going to be. All right, so let's go and jump right in. All right, Donald John Trump, his full name, natal chart, and why is he a winner, why he has been winning this election. So he's a 74 years old guy, and he has won elections during this time, quite late in life. So first and foremost, let's try to understand why so much late in life. So first and foremost, we must see the Lagna or the first house lord, which is 29 degree, very old. So remember, we need to understand this. The degree of the Lagna decides when I am going to get my success. So this is 29 degrees. So obviously he is going to get success in very late in life, which he has. All right. Now let's try to understand the highlights. The first and foremost that comes to my mind or comes to my mind when I see his chart is Rahu. All right, the Rahu plays in 10th house with Sun. Now there is an argument between all the astrologers about this dosha. Here Rahu seems to be gobbling up the Sun and creates a Grahan dosha, or where the Sun is quite affected. On the contrary, now here is an exception to every yoga, and why I say that yoga should not be applied at random this is an example why a yoga should not be applied at random. All right, the Rahu and Sun in 10th house is amazing. Okay, Sun is obviously forming a Raj Yoga. The Sun is, as you can see, is 29 degrees, and right here, as you can see, and the Rahu obviously is is right behind him with 27 degrees. So Sun becomes here, since Lagna Lord and 10th Lord, Kendra Trikon, relationship is happening, therefore he is creating a Raj Yoga, first and foremost. Okay, this is a highlight. The second highlight is the Mars. Just look at his Mars. So Mars, the Kendra Lord, okay, the 9th Lord, the Lord of luck, the Lord of dharma, spiritual, his mind power, his way he acts to the world, and his traveling Lord has gone to his first house, that is Mars. So obviously this makes him again a Raj Yoga called Ruchak Raj Yoga, which forms when Mars occupies this kind of position. And as you can see, Mars is also 3 degrees. All right, the ascendant is 22 degrees, 3 degrees. So again, very close to Saturn's degree, that is 0. All right, and also Rahu's degree. So Mars here sits in the Lord in a Ruchak Yog, therefore makes him a tycoon. Again, let's see another planet, and the planet is Jupiter. So Mars is hemmed between two very, very benefic planets. All right, one is the Jupiter, whose Mool Trikona Rashi falls again in the Trikona, that is the 5th house, and Venus, okay, the Lord of the 10th. So he is hemmed between here. So obviously he is a tycoon, and he is going to get all his success through the significations of Mars. The Mars is all about land, property, big estates, and so on and so forth. Now let's look at his Jupiter, and let's another highlight point which I find is the Jupiter. The Jupiter is second. Okay, this is sitting in the Mool Trikona of Mercury. Okay, Jupiter in second grows in signification because Jupiter, the second house Lord, the manager of the second house is Jupiter. Okay, the significator planet of second house is Jupiter, and it is sitting right there retrograding. Now again, please follow this. Retrograding, therefore the Jupiter ideally comes here. All right, sorry about this. Ideally comes here. Okay, the Jupiter comes here because this is retrograde, and again if it comes here, then it forms again Hansa Yoga. Hansa Yoga, one of the Panch Mahapurush Yoga is called Hansa Yoga. All right, this becomes a Hansa Yoga. The negative point is his Chandrama, or his moon, which is debilitated. All right, with 23 degrees, with very close conjunction with Ketu. Now this becomes makes him a little little strange in his behavior sometimes. Okay, and he is weird and strange, and highly unpredictable is the word. And also since Ketu and Chandrama, Ketu here always, now Chandrama ideally is in Kalpurush Kundali's 4th. So Chandrama and Ketu is creating not only a kind of strange behavior in his personality, but also is giving him lot of money related good vibes. So he knows how to float money, how to invest, and keep his money on the road. And secondly, Chandrama is Ketu also makes him a traveler. So he likes to travel, and he likes to travel in the 8th house signification. That is, he likes to travel and make friends where the whole world doesn't want a friendly relation with these countries. So here he is getting a lot of favorable positions. This is what it is. So as we can see, the Venus is in with Saturn. This is makes him a little problem with his honesty, which has been quite allegations on him. But however, Venus and Saturn in 12 in Virgo gives him a good position. Anybody gives him a good position, so he obviously has a great position. So but Venus and Saturn also makes him a little bit a problem with his honesty in what he speaks. Now let's understand his speech problem. Speech highlights the Jupiter in 2nd house. All right, and his the Lord of 2nd house is gone into 11th. Again, a brilliant combination when you talk about speech. So these are the things, these are the great highlights that we see. Now let's go to his transits and try to understand his transits. The transits are in Rahu. Again, if you see the previous slide, Rahu was sitting as 10th. In transit also Rahu is sitting as 10th with Chandrama. This will give him a lot of stress. This is a transit on 3rd of November, as you can see, 3rd of November 2020. So Rahu and Chandrama is going to give him a little bit of stress. Obviously, when you're going for an election in a country like US, you will be under stress. So it's quite obvious. Anyway, the problem I see is Sun here being debilitated with Mercury. Now, although the Sun is getting debilitated, but it is also getting a good push from his Yokaraka planet, that is Mars. His Mars 8th aspect is coming on Sun. So here Sun will gain some sort of strength through his speech. And also I believe that he's going to get a lot of attention. So let's try to find out what are the highlights of his all the controlling planets. We go to previous. So I find, as far as I am concerned, I find the controlling planet are his Sun, his Rahu, and his Mars and Jupiter. Okay, let's try to understand the transits and the natal, the comparison. Here Rahu is sitting where it is positioning, already positioning in his natal, giving a lot of super lot of strength, and it is sitting with Sun in the natal, but it is sitting with Chandrama here. So a kind of Chandrama has gone to his second. The Chandrama right here in second is now exalted on that particular day. Now this is incredible. All right, this is incredible. The Sun is in debilitation, but again getting a strength from Mars. So it is in debilitation, yet sitting with the Lord of the second. Therefore, I believe he is going to get a good press. Okay, now another highlight is the Saturn. The Saturn and Venus right now in his natal is in 12th. On that particular, the Saturn is going to sit in his 6th lord. Here the Saturn, what happens is Saturn obviously passes his negative significations to the 8th house and to the 2nd house. So obviously he's going to lose some, he's going to invest a lot of money in the elections, which is quite obvious. But Saturn right now looks at his own house in 12th. Again, a great position, as I have already mentioned. Saturn is 12th is great. So therefore Saturn is looking at his natal Saturn position. All right, so this will give him a lot of good position. Okay, so so we can see the Rahu, one of the controlling planets, and finally he is going to run a Saturn Dasha. All right, Saturn Dasha, and being 74 years old guy, he will be the house that is being activated is the second house. Okay, the Venus. So Saturn is always Yogkaraka. Both Venus and Saturn, just like natal. Why Saturn and Venus are so good in natal? Because in Saturn's Rashi, that is 10th and 11th, Venus becomes Yogkaraka, and his Venus zodiacs, that is in 2 and 7, that is Libra, okay, and Vrishab, that is Taurus. Saturn becomes Yogkaraka. So in Venus, Saturn becomes Yogkaraka, and in Saturn's zodiac, Venus becomes Yogkaraka. So right now, the second house, if we see the transit, second house is being highlighted because of his age, and he's running a Saturn Dasha. And the most beautiful part is both of them will be out of the debilitation, and Jupiter will be sitting in his Mool Trikona, one of the most important planets that we had said. So except Sun, Rahu, Chandrama, Jupiter and Saturn are sitting in great areas. And Jupiter is sitting in 9th in his Mool Trikona in a very good degree. Obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's looking at his Bhagya, that is luck house, that is his 9th house, and his normal drishti is in Saturn Venus natal. Again a brilliant combination, amazing combination. So he is going to run a Raj Yoga, a kind of Raj Yoga. All right, being Jupiter sitting in his Mool Trikona sign, that too in 5th, is creating again, as we have said, the Hans Yoga, which was already present. And secondly, the Saturn in his 9th, that is 7, 8, 9, is going to look at his Lagna, that is the first house. Again, amazing stuff. Okay, so in all, Saturn looking at first house, his friends planets, that is Mars, is looking at his 11th house, not so friendly, but yes, Mercury being sitting with Sun, good for business, good for speech, and lastly sitting in his looking at his Lagna. The only problem that I see, okay, is the placement of Rahu in 10th. Now if I put Rahu here as in natal, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 5th drishti or 5th aspect is in Jupiter, 7th aspect in Chandrama, and 9th aspect is in Saturn. This creates a little health problem. All right, we must understand this. It may create a health problem, especially in the stomach region, in the liver region, in the gallbladder region, and obviously the Ketu 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is also looking at Mars in his natal, so he may have to go under the knife or go under operation of some sort. So health will be little something to worry about, and he should be careful with his health. But overall, my final verdict, guys, my final verdict is simple. He is going to win this election in a landslide victory. Maybe the numbers would surpass what had happened earlier also, and maybe it will be one of a kind election in the US, the kind of figures that's going to come in. So he's going to win a landslide. He's going to destroy his opponents because of the Saturn's placement in his 6th, and he's going to go under stress. All right, there would be some sort of allegations which you know, his natal chart also shows, but then who doesn't? Okay, so allegation to and fro. His speech will be good, and as I said, his he is going to get some good press. All right, a lot of people who talk good about him and give his election campaign a great push, and he's going to win this election. That's what I'm trying to say. He's going to win in a landslide victory. And the only problem is his health. He needs to take care of his health, because I see him going under the knife because of his stomach problems. So that's all, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching this video. Share your comments. Again, I'm not in favor of any political party. I'm not in favor of Trump, or not in favor of Joe Biden or anybody else. This is my pure analysis. I know a lot of people may find it offensive, but please, guys, don't get offended to me. Okay, it is you guys sitting in US who's going to wait for it. So, okay, thank you very much, and have a great day. Bye bye.